Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy TJ Blaze here, and I'm about to do another reaction thing. And what I'm about to react to is the Oshay Dude Jackson video, doing some more coverage of the Anton and Corey Holcomb beef. And the title of this video is Corey Holcomb is causing this problem for Anton Daniels. Now, we know around the internet, as people have been seeing this whole beef that's been going on, because there's still been a lot of conversations. Corey is causing some havoc, and there's still two people that's going back and forth. As I would say, they are too old for this shit. But sometimes I feel like there's no age limit behind certain things, I guess. But we got two successful adults. We got one that's a comedian and another one that's a content creator and do more stuff behind the scenes, you know. So looking at this, I'm like, yo, man, this is too much for two successful black males to be acting up. But they wanted to match energy. And that was something that was directed in a certain way that Anton said he would do if it goes that way, right? But enough for me chit-chatting. Like, comment, and share. Most important, subscribe to the channel. Let's get to the reaction, shall we?
No children out of wedlock. You got a picture of his daughter? I'm a dirtbag. You got a picture of his daughter?
7 days ago, there was the live stream between Corey Holcomb and Anton Daniels. And the episode was called The Act Right Demonstration. It got so bad that Corey Holcomb removed Anton Daniels from the thumbnail and from the title of the show. And after this particular debacle, we all saw what happened. Anton Daniels went on almost like a crusade. He calls into other people's channels, basically talking about how broke Corey Holcomb was, talking about how he would have whooped Corey Holcomb's ass. And he even said some real interesting things.
Jesus Christ, bro. I'm going to make $1 million off of you, bro. I'm going to make $1 million off of Corey alone.
$1 million?
Because I know the money game. Corey broke.
So he's saying that he's going to make $1 million off of Corey Holcomb. Now, for this whole week, Corey Holcomb wasn't responding at all, wasn't responding on Instagram.
It took him.
Corey Holcomb actually, according to him, was in Las Vegas. And so now what Anton Daniels is doing is picking a fight with one of the most legendary, ruthless, grassroots comics in the history of Black America. And this is exactly what Corey Holcomb is. And Anton Daniels seemed to have a lot of momentum simply because Corey Holcomb just hadn't addressed it. And he was cashing in on it. Again, he was talking about he was going to try to make $1 million. And to be honest, a lot of us made a lot of money off of this situation.
He's right,
But again, Corey Holcomb would stay true to form, showing up to his show, and the name of the show was Ugly Men Equals. And in this show, he refused to call Anton Daniels Anton. He called him throughout the show Futon. Woo! And he would start by insulting Anton Daniels' looks.
Yeah. Boy, you use your paper to you would normally never be around.
Yeah.
You an ugly ass boy. You an ugly ass boy. You brag on having no children out of wedlock. You got a picture of his daughter? I'm a dirtbag. You got a picture of his daughter?
Jeez, hold up. Because yeah, you could tell this is about to go to the low. It's a low blow. Going based off looks. Now you're going to try to shame the daughter. So you know this is about to get ugly. And we live in a world of the internet. So I could tell after this, it might be a traumatizing experience. Or as what I've been hearing and what I witnessed, that did happen. So apparently, as this ain't causing a problem, I know this caused some damage for Anton's daughter and the family and stuff like that. So let's get back to it.
That nigga got a picture.
This brag on not having no children out of wedlock. Damn.
And then Corey Holcomb would go a lot further and attack, well,
Water. This man said he ain't got no children out of wedlock.
That's Cool
Don't-
Mo daughter.
That's who?
Not Cool Mo D, Cool Mo daughter.
That's the air up there, nigga. Look, nigga,
Go
let me tell you
downtown.
something. Don't make no more kids. That gonna be buying like you after a while. If you don't know, don't ever brag on no mother what you ain't got. Don't nobody want no kids with you. Don't nobody want no kids with you. Your prime years, you was a scammer. You was doing scams. Now that you older and found a way to manipulate, get dude off the screen. Get dude off the screen, man. That's who the f- is that?
Go to a dude.
Fucking cat. I'm the captain now. Look at it. Hey, look. Let me tell you something. Don't make no more daughters, dog. You got to make it where your come out with a boy so he can make excuses for him. But you ain't got no kids out of wedlock because ain't no just fucking with you.
Jeez, man.
He was on the internet bragging, I always got a bad with me. No, you pay a bitch to be with you. You ain't no who got bitches.
after going after the daughter, he would then go after Anton Daniels' wife.
Yeah.
She looked like she'll be like, fuck it, I'll be with this little baby. You ain't got to be worried about that temper tantrums and all that shit like that. Come with a real. If y'all in Detroit, it's real in Detroit.
I realize Corey love doing this. Anytime there's some shit that he trying to call somebody a sucker, or they got a girl, got a wife, he always trying to say, yeah, come through, come to me. See what's up. Come to a real nigga. But it's like, come on, bro. Do you really want that, or you just want to have fun? Anyway, don't be a homewrecker. Don't be a homewrecker, man. But this is messy. This is very messy. Damn.
Wait, God damn it. They could come pick you up at his house. He ain't gonna do shit. You with a mark ass who's stressing you out. Cause you saw it. I know you saw it, ma'am. When I said to your husband, I'm gonna do it in slow motion a little bit. Say I struck again. Let your whole family down and out. Y'all done. You will never live that moment down where he got punked in front of the nation. You think you supposed to fix it because you married to him. Look, I ain't gonna lie. I can't put you out front with my top 5, but I'll find you a slot just because you his wife. Come with a real, you know you can't stay with that. His best years are over. What if you'd have had a boy? God damn, you'd have had a little slouchy little boy. You had a daughter, at least somebody will smash you. It's them nights when them other ain't answering the phone, they gonna call your daughter. Meanwhile, you could be over here with me, goddamn.
Now, for the sake of the daughter, we have blurred her face out. The wife, I didn't even want to show the clip. I've spoken to his wife before. Very nice family. Again, I don't agree with Anton Daniels ideologically, but his wife is very nice. Has always been very nice to me. I have no problem with her. She doesn't cause any troubles. She doesn't do anything to people. She's a very nice lady. She stays out of problems. With Corey Holcomb, this is, I would say, unfortunate. And the reason why it is unfortunate for me is because, yes, Anton Daniels did egg it on. And as Anton Daniels has said himself, when you respond, you can't decide how somebody is going to take it. All right. Now, when you're going around egging on, and continuing to egg it on, going on people's platforms to egg it on, yes, Anton is not going to come after nobody's family. Okay. But who's to say that somebody wouldn't? I thought this wasn't a really good look for Corey Holcomb, and I like Corey Holcomb's show. I'm just giving my own opinion. I felt that Anton Daniels.
I'm gonna pause it. And that's the exact thing I was trying to say, because we got two successful men going back and forth with this bickering bullshit, and we like, yo, now if y'all doing it more for entertainment purposes, then it makes sense, and which it did because it did numbers, but then we know that is actual truth, and this is real. This is not fake, because some people that could just expose that it's fake. So that's why I'm like, all right, as I'm hearing the exposure behind Anton and Corey about the text messages, and Anton trying to say that he would match energy if necessary, and Anton didn't match that energy with Corey. Now it escalated more because Anton was still talking shit on his show that is accumulating more to what's happening now and the damage that's going on Anton Daniel N. Excuse me for the pause, because I gotta think about stuff I'm saying, but yeah. So Corey is gonna do the damage because for a comedian, a lot of them are rapid of things they say. Especially now when it's serious, they're gonna mean what they say now. And as Corey, he say he stands on business. He is who he say he is, and he stand by what he stand by. So this right now is just bad for it to go that way. It should never went that way. It's supposed to be a civil conversation, especially because as Corey say that he don't bring a lot of people to his platform, and Anton got the golden opportunity to come there to talk on the other stuff, and he was trying to bring Mika, somebody who's on his platform, and it ain't go that way. Caused a lot of chaos. But yeah,
had so many gaps that Corey could deal with that he just didn't need to go there, especially because this young lady is not 18, right? The wife still a little bit, I wouldn't do it, but again, that's somebody's wife, not somebody that's underage. And again, I think that, like I said, he might think it's a bad look. In this particular case, going after the daughter who was 16 or 17, however old she is, bad look, right? I got to call it like I see it. However, I am going to say this. I've supported both of these men. I have a lot of 5150 merch. You guys see I rock it on my channel. I love these silly ass shirts that Corey be making. But I got to talk about a conversation I had with Anton some time back. I called Anton Daniels about 3 years ago. I was actually in Kenya. It was around the same time that Sinful to P passed away. And Anton Daniels was, he's on his way up. He wasn't as big as me at the time. I mean, obviously he is now. And I noticed that Anton Daniels was being very opulent with, some of his earnings, showing when he goes on business class. He was trying to couple that with being very polarizing. And that's what Anton Daniels has done to really spike up his subscribership, is being polarizing and being controversial, saying things that, in my opinion, it offends certain groups and it hurts people. And the reality is that I told him that, hey, listen, man, you're getting bigger. People know you. Yes, it is going to bring you, a lot of fame. But when you're on, going on these flights, you're going on business class, you're showing the world what you have, it's just going to make people hate you. And as a content creator, you can just stick to what the content is and leave everything else alone. Now, I'm not going to say that Corey Holcomb was perfect in the first show, but at the same time, what I will say is this, that Anton Daniels' behavior has made people hate him. And of course, it's fine to be hated when people are just coming after you. That's different when somebody starts to come after somebody in your family, when somebody starts to come after people that you love. And as content creators, we sometimes don't care about the people that our content may hurt. And it's a lot of things in the past that I would publicly say on my platform. But now that I'm 44, going on 45, I try to put myself in the shoes of somebody and say, how would I feel if I was that person's father that I'm talking about? How would I feel if I was that person's brother? How would I feel if that was my daughter? You know, when I'm talking about, you know, certain women, how would I feel if that was my daughter or whatever, or she was my mom? And when you think about it in those ways, you can still be critical of something, but not go all the way. And the reality is Anton Daniels goes all the way all the time. And, you know, he says hurtful things all the time. And it's very unfortunate as to what happened.
Yep, that's why I got to pause the video. This shit I don't understand. It'd be a lot of hypocrisy. A lot of hypocrisy, right? I don't know why I got so... I feel like I strangled myself saying that word. A lot of hypocrisy, right? And I watch a lot of Anton content. And I'm like, you could tell when sometimes we'll think it's for content. And there's times when you know you're being realistic because he always keep trying to say, you know, it's just a persona on the internet. But when you're doing this, right, you fulfilling the character, you actually exposing a little bit of yourself as well, too. So you can miss people with that, right? So for entertainment purposes, I'm going to enjoy the show, but there's times when you are wilding out and say, fuck people, kids, this and that. Now when it comes to your kid, it's a problem. That's one thing I would realize with people. You could talk about everybody else's kids, but when it comes to yours, you don't want nobody saying that. Because remember, for a parent, they always feel like they got the right to talk about their kid. They don't want to hear they want to hear nobody opinion but theirs. They don't want to hear nobody. When sometimes some people could give you some advice that might be informative, that might be helpful, but they just want to hear themselves. And it's crazy.
To his wife and his daughter, and that Corey Holcomb went so hard. I mean, he really went extremely hard. And, you know, my heart goes out to both of these brothers, right? Because again, Corey Holcomb, you know, most people can look at this and say, well, you know, Corey Holcomb don't have no heart, you know, and people can come back and say Corey Holcomb was offended and he was instigating with Corey Holcomb, so Corey took it there, which is largely true. I don't really see Corey do this to somebody's daughter or people in general. I just don't see this, but this was a very special case. And yes, Anton was egging him on. But what Anton Daniels has done is the way he carries himself online, he's made people become targets that don't have nothing to do with his content. And that's the scary part, because it gets even worse. Like when you're out of the country, for example, let's say myself, I was on the plane going to Dubai, and the moment that I just landed, somebody knew me. Same thing, I go to South Africa. Same thing, I'm in Europe. You don't know who is rocking with you and who don't, okay? People are nasty online. There are YouTubers now that are getting murdered. People are doxing people. People are doxing their moms. And so everything you just can't come on here and say just for clout or just for views. And again, let me just say this. Well, Corey Holcomb, he's kind of been this way for like 10 to 15 years. And Anton Daniels may very well believe on what he's talking about, whether it's holding blacks accountable, white supremacy talking points that need to be rejected from blacks. He may obviously feel that way. But when it's to the point that, you know, you have a no holds barred towards people, like you don't respect their feelings and, you know, people just dislike you, this is the result. Okay. This is the result. And it's come to a head where he's gotten so big and he's been rewarded for, you know, running this style of platform. And again, it's entertaining depending on who you see, but it's not entertaining when it's your daughter that they're talking about. It's not entertaining when it's your wife that somebody's coming about. And it was so bad what Corey was doing. I mean, I seen Craig make a little bit of a joke. He called the daughter cool Modia, whatever. But once Corey started really going in, I could really see their facial expressions. Darlene, they wanted nothing to do with it because it was so brutal.
That's exactly what I read as well too.
Like I said, as content creators, it's certain things that we just are going to have to really calm down on and be very humanistic, especially when you got people in your life that you love, especially when you go around saying that you're Anton Daniels and you're married and you show your wife, you brag on your daughter, you do this, you're very public with your family, and then thinking that somebody else is not going to go there when somebody might go there. Because the fact is, when people dislike you anyway, when people think that what you're doing is raccooning it up, that you're evil, you're a necessary evil. I'm not saying that he's a necessary evil, but some people may feel like that. Then you're somebody that just need to be dealt with. Who cares about you? And I'm telling you, a lot of people feel like once you associate with somebody like Anton Daniels, F everybody that deal with him. That's a real gangster ass way of looking at it, but that's how a lot of people feel. You deal with Anton, anybody dealing with him, they suck us. Period. Don't matter who it is. It's scorched earth. So this is an unfortunate thing. Again, my heart goes out to both of these brothers. I'm a big fan of Corey Holcomb. Me and Anton Daniels' ideological framework are not at the same place right now. I've talked to his wife. She's a very nice lady, very beautiful lady. I'm very proud of his daughter. I would never want somebody to talk about my family like this, but unfortunately, I got to be honest. He took it too far. After what happened, I get it, but like I said, for a first few days afterwards, okay. But again, and Corey went too far. They're both going too far, and it's not a good look for either of them. And innocent people get hurt on either side. And I got love for both of these guys. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy Oshay Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of Let's Celebrity Jump. Appreciate you for all the discount bell. We're out.
Peace. This is my take. This whole beef, right? I'm gonna say it again, coming, staying out the obvious already. It was stupid on both of their ends. It was stupid, but it gave a lot of people opportunities, and it gave a lot of money to both of them and other content creators. So of course they're gonna appreciate it and thank you. I know for me, because I'm a small channel, so it's not gonna do nothing. And I'm just a person that just want to naturally react to videos until that time comes. If the money comes, cool, and make anything, make things better. But as for now, hopefully things will change. It shouldn't go too far, because realizing with some of these like YouTube beefs or little outside stuff, it do get serious. As much as from just a joke and everything, it really gets serious. It gets to the gritty, the dirty, the grimy, and everything else. So Anton, basically, it was another video. Actually, what I watched was he was saying, Corey, you win.